because of how close my work is. I walk to and from work every day at the same time. It's not very far, and the neighborhood I live in isn't really bad. Everything was fine, except for the last month or so. There's always a man who's walking at the same time as me. I tried not to think too hard about it, thinking I was just being paranoid. Other people had to work places too. But it was just plain odd how even when I was running early or late, he always seemed to be just slightly behind me. Whenever I turned into the lot for my work, he continued walking, so it seemed that he was going somewhere farther up. I always kept a look out for him to see if he was waiting for me after work, but I never saw him. It was like he appeared out of nowhere behind me. I thought about talking to him, but I didn't want to offend him and seemed suspicious over nothing. The only thing off about him is that he appeared homeless. He wore a dusty old coat over a tattered white button-up shirt and faded black pants. The man never exhibited any strange behavior and casually walked down the street behind me. He never talked to anyone or used a phone, so I didn't know what his voice was like, yet I couldn't help but watch him, as I was always cautious of strangers, even if it was a stranger I saw every day. As odd as this was, I had more unsettling matters at home. I have had terrible nightmares, usually about being watched and followed. I wake up with inexplicable cuts and marks on my skin. The cuts are clean, as if done with a knife, which is contrary to claw marks from demonic attacks. I also finding various handprints on me, as if I was grabbed. Perhaps I was being haunted by something, and maybe the stranger that walked behind me was even a ghost. I didn't know what else to do, so I decided to see if I could get an EVP for any clues. What could it hurt? Later, I wish I didn't. Before I went to bed one night, I spoke into the tape recorder, asking if there was anything or anyone that was here besides me. The next day after work, I played back the tape and was horrified when I found a response. An hour into the recording, an unknown voice was responded. Yes, Brandon, I am here with you in your dreams. The fact that this thing knew my name made it even more devastating. I stopped the tape at this point and put it away. If it says anything else, I certainly didn't want to hear it. For protection, I began putting a cross on my nightstand and even carried it to work. It was my good luck charm and made me feel more at ease. Even though the nightmares and mysterious man still continue. One morning, I was late and rushed out the doors. As I walked to work, I felt stressed out, and so I reached into my pocket to feel the cool touch of the metal cross and realized that it wasn't there. I must have forgotten to grab it in my hurry to work. No matter, it would be waiting for me when I got home. As I got closer to work, I felt the usual odd sensation of being watched. I saw the man walking behind me as he always did, but this time was actually gaining speed. The closer I got to work, the faster he seemed to walk. Just as I was turning into work, the man sprinted towards me and jumped in front of me. "Hey, what are you doing?" I cried, ready to swing at any moment's notice. He reached into his pocket and I prepared for the worst. He then pulled out a metal cross from his coat and held it out in front of me. "I believe this is yours," he said, smiling. It must have fallen out of my pocket when I was walking to work. I was taken aback, not expecting a random act of kindness from a stranger.